Let's talk strategy. In today's video, we're going to talk about lending and borrowing. Many ways to do it. There's no right or wrong, but I'll typically have from 200,000 to $500,000 to sometimes more lent over the blockchain. Now, sometimes that's leverage and I'm borrowing against it. Sometimes I'm simply deploying stables just to earn some interest and I'm waiting for some opportunity. So recently, as the markets went to all-time highs, I took some risk off the table, moved it to stables, lent those stables out, and then I can redeploy when the markets present an opportunity. So again, in today's video, just want to talk about some of those strategies. By the way, I'm not someone who just talks about it. Like we do this and we got a team that's doing this crypto and this DeFi thing full time, all the time, every day. This isn't just theory. So I lend on XtraFi, I lend on Venus, especially for some BNB opportunities. And AAVE would be one of the biggest, most trusted lending, borrowing platforms. So as you can see, I got about 315K lent over base. I'm making about 4% on my 73 grand. I did have BTC and ETH as collateral and I was borrowing against it. I was actually in ETH USDC pools staggered. And as the price of ETH was going up, not only was I making a ton of fees paying down my debt, my LPs were also pushing me out of range on the upper end. So I was selling for profit. My ETH was getting converted into stable. I was paying down my debt, and then the profits I had from that, I bought more ETH, and we are sitting here now. And by the way, if you're not borrowing against it, like right after this video, I'll be throwing this onto my cold storage, because why expose it to smart contract risk if I'm not borrowing against it right now? But if and when the market's correct, which even in bull markets, the market's correct, I'm always happy to deploy these, borrow against it, and capitalize on opportunities in the market. So on base, I got 315K. Polygon, I'm doing a whole 3.6% on close to 100 grand, 92.5. BNB, I got 67K. I actually put this quick spreadsheet together. So again, I'm earning around $1,000 a month on my lent assets on AAVE, not life-changing. And for that amount of capital, it's a very small amount. I don't do it for this. I do it because I always like to have a little capital on the side ready to deploy. And the blue chips that I have on base, my BTC and my ETH is just an example of how you can provide blue chips, your treasury, to borrow against it and create cash flow with that. Because again, I'm not in this game to make as much money as possible. I'm in this game to make consistent dollars and I want to compound that over a long period of time so I don't gamble. And the question I would ask you before we get into part 2 of this video where we talk about the strategy is, what do you think Bitcoin is going to be worth in 10 years? Actually, leave it in the comments. What do you believe Bitcoin will be worth in 10 years? What do you think ETH could be worth in 10 years? And your answer will dictate your strategy. If it's 3, 4, 5, 10 times bigger than it is now, get as much of it as you can. You'll always be invested in the markets. You're not trying to time it perfectly, but you want to take advantage of the markets when it presents an opportunity. So as you take profits from your yield farm, your DeFi, or even your crypto portfolio, you'll sit on the sidelines and you'll be able to jump on opportunity when it presents itself. Let's talk about part 2. This is the way I think about my portfolio. You have a treasury. Call this the BTC, the ETH, the stuff in cold storage, the stables. Again, this will be broken up into probably many different types of assets, but this is the treasury. This is the stuff you're holding for a long period of time through the ups and downs. Maybe you're clipping some profits, you're laddering out, but the point is, for the most part, you're long on your treasury. This is your vault. This is your bank. Then over here, you have cash flow. And you can do this in multiple ways. If you're super long, you could take a really healthy loan out, let's just say on AAVE. You're moving that into your DeFi portfolio. You're cash flowing with your DeFi portfolio, and you're buying back the assets, building your treasury. And that may be BTC over here, or it may be USDC, just like I do. That's still in your treasury. This is your bank. This is your vault. And as long as you're sitting on these stables for a reason, I'm looking to make some sizable investments here over the next 2 months. So I am sitting on stables and I'm sitting on cash personally because I want to make these investments. But you're treating this like cash flow, and this is your bull run bank, your treasury. And the two work together. It's not either or. If I could impress or communicate one thing you take from this video, it is not either or, it is both. It's not an either or equation, it's an and. I have a treasury and a cash flow portfolio. And yes, the amount in each may change. The ratio between my BTC, ETH, my alts, and my USDC changes. The ratio of how much I have in my treasury and my yield farming and my DeFi changes. My borrowing and lending changes. These are decisions we're making real time. And I'm happy to dive deeper in on that. I mean, we talk about this stuff in the UIG all the time, but the point is, it's not either or. So you can play this in multiple ways. And for the record, AAVE is the biggest lending platform. We get $24 billion in total value locked, $11 million in fees over the last 7 days, $1.64 million of revenue in 7 days, $7 million over the last month. This is why I love DeFi. Yes, you pay fees to borrow and lend on AAVE, but first of all, it's way less than any bank, and two, us, the liquidity providers, the ones who lend, the ones who provide liquidity in liquidity pools, the ones who are investing into Uniswap and Aerodrome, and those who actually put up liquidity, they're getting paid those fees. We're getting paid those fees. We are the bank. And we as the bank, as investors, get a piece of this. And then the other platforms I use is Compound Finance, that's 2.5 billion, Camino, that's 2 billion, which is over on Solana, Venus, 1.6 billion, 1.5 Maple, we do use it, and Navi for Sui. So I hope that helps in some way, shape, or form. Don't be afraid to lend your assets, especially on trusted platforms. And I find psychologically, and this I talk about with clients, like they're like, well, I don't want to just sit on stables because it's not doing anything for me. Well, at least it's doing something for you. Yes, you're only making 3, 4, 5, 6% on it. Yes, I'm only making $1,000 a month on it, but that's not the point. At least it's doing something for me. But I'm really just setting it aside so I can deploy when the opportunity presents itself. Let me know in the comments if that landed, and let me know in the comments. Let's share as a community. What strategies for borrowing and lending are you using right now? Are you looping and taking leverage on it? Because there's a lot of awesome protocols where you can loop and actually get 2 or 3 times better returns. There's platforms like Pendle for stablecoin returns. Happy to share a tutorial walkthrough. Actually, just let me know in the comments if you want a Pendle video. And there's actually a lot of plays on stablecoins right now. This is like level 1. Or if you're looking to take leverage in a healthy way, not a degen way, so you can get more bang for your buck, so to speak, against your Bitcoin and ETH, or your Sol, or whatever else you're holding, then AAVE is a great platform for that, and it's worth exploring. Really hope that helps. Like this video if it did, subscribe to this channel, let me know if you want any other content. We're working on some awesome stuff behind the scenes, can't wait for you to experience it, including our own DeFi tool that's going to make this game so easy for you. We're really excited by that, but more about that soon. And with that said, again, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!